So, hi guys, how are you? Welcome. We have a new month and it's 1st of August and I'm greeting all the August babies. I know you're all excited. It's your birthday month and including me. I also wish myself happy birthday ahead of the time. For all of you who are going to have birthday this month and everybody who is anticipating the great things coming in this new month, welcome to the new month and blessings. And let me hope and wish that everybody will experience wonderful things this month. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited too. Welcome.
99.2 FM, Radio Ara.
Live from Stuttgart City, Germany.
Wishing you happy birthday.
Check out It's My Birthday right here.
It's my birthday. Happy birthday to you.
So you're welcome. We're talking about something very hot today. We are going back to the roots. Kanida, Richard, I want to send you back to the roots, eh? Yeah, I want to send you back to the roots now, all of us. I think it's something that is so important. I was yesterday in a place I've never been in Stuttgart, and this place, I really had a very special experience. We met with very special ladies, Quig, that's a group of Kenyan women in Germany, the Baden-Württemberg part, huh?
Baden-Württemberg what?
Yes, Baden-Württemberg queens actually. We call ourselves queens because we want to win back that territory for us. You know, you didn't know, yeah. So, and we had very exciting time together. We experienced a lot of nice things together, but we also had eye-opening experiences. I'm going to talk about it later maybe, and I want to involve you. We want to think about how or what that means to go back to the roots. To go back to the roots. I don't know, Cock with the problem. I think you'll have also to tell us something. What do you think about that? You're welcome. I may have to send you back to the roots too. I don't know which roots, but you're welcome too. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I have a lot to say.
You have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think it's great to be for me.
I think Agnes, you have to send Kwaku first before me.
I sent him before.
He has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's you have to be aware of where you're coming from. Definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But if the roots are always the best, or especially for the way society is today, I would say not necessarily. It depends on your circumstance, where you are, who you are,
what you do.
Okay.
If going back to the roots are actually going to help you in the way society is today.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, there's more we can break down.
There's a lot
more we can break down, because I can easily in comparison to what is my question to you is, what is going back to the roots?
What is going back to the roots? That's the question.
Yeah.
Where are my roots?
Yeah.
What is my root as a person, as an individual?
Yeah.
Actually?
But what do you mean by going back to the roots?
Going back to the roots. Now, that's what I mean. Kanida, what do you understand when I say going back to the roots? Because I have my own definition, but I'm not
going back to the roots. It's actually from the Oxford Dictionary, which I've never read.
Okay. They should have asked you.
It is self-explanatory that you are going back to where you were born, or you are going back to whatever you were doing when you were young, or you are going back to whatever you were doing right, which is now you are not doing right. So we can define it in so many different from different aspects according to what you do, as TP said. And to me, I only understand it just simple. Going back to where you came from, or to where you were born, or to where you were working before, or to what you were doing right before. Because us talking about the topic today, I'm very sure there is either something that is not going good somewhere, or there is something that is good going somewhere, or there is someone that is messing up somewhere and should be going back to the roots. Yes, that's, I think it is somehow self-explanatory to everybody out there. Even parents at home, they may be telling me, go back to your roots, maybe to what they taught me. So we can define it from different angles. But I am very sure by the end of the topic today,
No, I think, but what you're saying, what you expanded on, yes, by that definition was go back to how you grew up, go where you grew up, where you were born. So if you're somebody like me, where you did not grow up in Africa, I grew up in the UK. So do I have to? That means I have to go back to where I was born, or? But I think what you expanded onto, saying what you grew up, what your heritage is, sounds what is what I know.
Sure.
But if
Exactly,
if I was to go back to where I came from, I think I'll be lost. Somebody yesterday said, if you don't know, London is Babylon. It's in the Bible. London is Babylon.
Then you would have to go back to
Go
Babylon.
back to Babylon, and I'm not ready to go back
You
to
don't want to
Babylon.
go back to Babylon. No. It's too much confusion there. It's too much
very sure.
confusion.
Yeah.
But the issue is about actually not about just the location where you were born. It's just not about the. I mean, my understanding is somewhere where your soul really found its beginning, where it was well, where it was healthy, which was good for you actually. I mean, normally for some people when you talk about going back to the roots, like us Africans we think about going back to Africa, going back home.
Yeah.
But home, where is home? Where is home for the African man? I mean, for the Black Americans, where are their roots? That's the issue. I mean, some of them, they don't even consider Africa to be home anymore.
Yes,
sure.
Because they were never there, or they were not born there. Their fathers were not born there. Their great grands, whatever, they were not born there. Or even in England, we have people who were brought there those times when the colonial powers were in our countries.
Yeah.
Sure.
So some of them, they have no connection at all. I mean, for you, your parents have at least a connection, but some of our people, they are generations in diaspora.
Yeah.
So
Over
it becomes a
100
bit
years in
difficult when
diaspora,
you put it, when you connect it to a location. But for some people, it means only location.
Yeah.
So we have to have, that means we have to have a new definition of going back to the roots.
Yeah.
And the new definition is going to where? Where is the roots? I mean, that means I need to find out where are my roots.
I think for me, we can just put it out there open, whereby whenever you are sitting or whenever you're listening to us from, watching us, listening to us, want to join the discussion today, think of yourself. Where are you going back to your roots? What have you been doing before that was that was good for you, and you're not doing it right now, and things are not working? That's why I'm saying, whenever you're seated, give it yourself a definition. I'm going back to where it is all started, because I think us going back, I'm very sure when today I meet someone and I rush to do something that I was not doing before, and I end up in a very uncomfortable manner, or in a very in a situation where I never wanted to run, I think I have to go back and rethink. So wherever you're seated, just we're gonna leave it open. Going back to my roots, for me, if I came to diaspora and things are not working well, I think I should go back home. Maybe they were working well. So that means, if you were in diaspora and you went back home and things are not working back home, then I think find your roots where they were working at least.
What was doing
you good at that particular moment.
Yes.
So, use individuals. So first, Aggie, would you want to go back to your roots now?
Oh yes. You know, I miss it. For me, my roots, I connect with position, with a place, location, where I was born. I love that place. It's all green. I'm crazy about the green and the banana plants and all that. I'm a farmer girl. So for me, it means being surrounded by animals, being surrounded. You know, I don't know if you know the village setting in Africa.
Yeah.
You know, the village, this is for
tough.
me. Healing, this is for me. If you talk about going back to the roots, I'm thinking of that setting. It's not like now someone who was born in a capital city of Kenya, Nairobi. This would be their roots. This is where they were born. This is what they know as the beginning of their being. But for me, it would mean going back to that village, walking barefoot. I love it.
So
Someone will say, "Are you not afraid of the snakes?" No, I don't care. I know they are there.
They're there.
No,
So
we
many of them.
coexist.
Sure.
So,
But then are you romanticizing about the feeling, or is it just being there? Is it like because it was a farm, because you're walking barefoot, or you romanticizing about the actual feeling that you had back then?
It has to be part of it. The feeling is part of it. I am realistic about the place. I know I have to go fetch water. I know I have to cook maybe with firewood if there is no electricity. You know I have maybe to deal with visitors the whole day. I mean, people coming in and out without warning. I mean, those are some of the things that here in Europe is a bit different. But it's my home. This is what I connect with my roots. You know, and also the things I learned from that place. What did I learn? For me, even my parents, how it was when I was there. You may be right, I'm romanticizing. It's just, I have that feeling, you know, I like the sound of people singing, cows making their noise, the cock crowing at 3 in the morning. This is all part of it, you know. But for everybody it's different. For you now, if I ask you what are for you roots, I mean you were born and grew up somewhere else.
But just like
see, you will tell us something else.
Yeah, so even before I ask Kanida the question, for me, when it comes to do I want to? No, the question I ask is, do I want to go back to my roots? And to be honest, no.
Okay.
Because I'm actually living a good life right about now. I enjoy my life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying the space I'm in. There's a lot of things that I'm doing now that I would never have done when I was younger. So I'd say maybe not going in the past, going back to roots, or going to how I grew up was not having to think about bills and not having to worry about money. But at the same time now, money has enabled me to do so many different things and be in so many different places. So I'd say I've positioned myself to be in a great space in life at the moment. So I would love to live in Ghana, where like a lot of my teachings have come from. But at the same time, I know that I would not be able to live the lifestyle I want to live in Ghana with how much to get paid and etc. It won't work for me. But I can get paid here, go to Ghana and live a different type of lifestyle.
Yes, and this is what most of us want.
Yeah.
But can you have both?
You know, in terms of what? Back
there and here. Yeah, the combination. That's the issue.
I have inquired.
That gets to be a problem.
I have inquired, but the salaries are not good enough for me.
It's not good enough.
Actually, for TP, as he's saying, going back to the roots, no way, because.
And no way, but not at this moment in time. No.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I might be at the same position with him, saying not right now, going back to my roots. But I think it is important for our growth and future to always keep in mind about these roots, not just throw them away. We are also here not because we left our roots or we don't want to be there, but we are trying to keep our roots at the back of our minds, that it's always exists. Not shut it completely and say I will never go back to completely, because sometimes it provides some nourishments to the future generation, because my kids, they want to know where did I come from.
And
so
that's important. They need to know that.
So that's why we need to keep them actually here, so that they maybe know what is actually happening. And we have to have this in mind, that one time there were some roots, there were where some grandparents came from, there were where from this and this happened. What was life before? Because this is something that our children may be coming to know, which in this century that we are growing right now, we need to keep them. According to those people who come actually in diaspora, that's why we always remind the people here, you have to go back to the roots. You have to teach your children the African culture, because we cannot just be clean here and say now we are living in diaspora, we are here in Europe, we are here in wherever in the USA, and let's learn how to keep it and forget our African culture. So we have to always keep these roots, the African culture, the wherever in back of our minds, that there are some roots that we really need to be in mind.
And actually, those are your roots.
Yeah, those are your roots. You can't just forget them completely. Yes.
Thinking of the origin. This is the original. That's why you are. Even those Americans, Black Americans, or people in England or wherever we are as Black people, those are our roots. I mean, we came from there. If we were always there, I don't know. We are here to prove that.
Sure.
If Africa was the only continent where there were Black people, this is something that you cannot prove, but it's mostly the main where there are most Black people living in that continent.
Yeah, sure. But I think you can even trace through like slavery how even the Black people from the Caribbean came from Africa, and you can trace how the Black people in America came from America, or the Black people in the United Kingdom, if they're Caribbean or if they're African, there's a root there they can trace back to Africa. So I think you can say that statement is more than 75% true to some extent.
Yeah, I mean, if you trace it, they say that the biggest place where you find black people also is not even America. I think it's Brazil.
It's Brazil, actually.
Okay.
This is very interesting. I was thinking the most blacks are outside of Africa. Where you find them is America, North America, but it's not that. It's not true. It's Brazil, which explains it because actually the first people to bring Africans out of the continent were the Portuguese.
Okay.
That's why.
That's why.
Because I had to find out why. Because we all think of Africans being taken from Africa direct to America. It was not like that. This is very, very interesting. And I remember, like in Kenya, Vasco da Gama was there shortly before 1500, 14 something, 90 something there. So that's long time ago. Actually, it explains a lot of things. But and for the people now, if they started looking for their roots, this would be difficult. If you look for the location, that would be difficult. But now let's talk about people who are outside and they would like to go back to their roots. We can talk about it later. But guys, we are talking about going back to the roots or to our roots, and we are first of all not yet agreed on where our roots are. What are we talking about even? What roots are we talking about? That means we have to find out what are our roots. But before then, you're all welcome to contribute, discuss with us. Let us hear your opinions and what you think about going back to the roots. Until then, we make a short break.
The listeners agree. The message is clear.
Here we go.
The best radio station to listen to this year.
It's the best. It's the best.
It's the best music. Best tunes. Because they got the best music.
Live from Stuttgart City, Germany.
99.2 Radio Ara FM.
Your home of African music.
We play only your choice.
We already started 2021 with a great sound. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Non-stop African hits. Broadcasting live from Stuttgart City to the world. 99.2.
99.2
Radio Ara FM. A place where music lives.
Guys, you're welcome again. You're welcome to join us. The topic is going back to our roots, and we are trying to discuss and find out, first of all, where are our roots. And before we continue, if you want to advertise your business or your organization or whatever you want to advertise, or yourself, and you want people to know who you are, you're welcome to get in touch with us. And just check in one of our pages and let us know what you want advertised.
It's actually very simple, very simple. We're going to do this here on 99.2 FM. Instead of drinking water that has it has a label. That has no label.
We'll be in trouble.
Yes. So if you have a product out there that you're advertising, you want it to be seen here, this is actually what we do. Remember, it will always appear on our screens here. We're going to tell the people about your product out there. So keep them coming. Call us. Our email is actually wherever. Right now, if you go to our live on radio, on YouTube, if you go to our live on Facebook, if you're listening to us, remember our email is always there. Our telephone number is always there. Contact us. Let's do this for you actually out there. And this reminds me actually for those people living currently right now in Europe, and they're in need of African foods, Agnes. Where do they have to go? Because,
they just have to go online. First of all, get in touch with me on Facebook. Currently, the page is not yet active, but it's coming soon. And on Facebook, Instagram, or you just pin me, inbox me, and I will get you what you need.
All right.
Don't hesitate. Just check for even on my page, AGGY'S, Afro Bazaar, and more. You'll find me. Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about actually at this moment. AGGY'S Afro Bazaar 11. Remember, they are online. Remember, the number is on our screens for those who are watching. For those who are listening, let me just give you the number. It's a little bit long. So if you have this plus 49172 remember, you can order your African stuffs out there. So don't get embarrassed. Don't be disappointed. How long are you going to receive your fufu on the house? This thing will come. Let me tell you, DHL right now, they are very quick.
Oh, yes.
If they are not going to deliver, then I think we may come in and deliver. Or Agnes.
Yes.
Yes, because we are a locomotive. They always want to say we are locomotive. So the meaning of locomotive, I cannot tell you right now. Maybe TP can help me. But I think in this particular case, if you need to eat fish in the Friday evening and you make an appointment on the number you see on our screens, then I'm very sure at 5:30 on Friday evening you have your fish delivered from AGGY'S Afro Bazaar. And there are so many things. The African attires, the clothes out there this summer. Feel African, be proud of Africa from wherever you come from. Why not? It's actually here in Stuttgart. It's near. That's where we bring Africa near to you. So if you see it's 1,000 miles away but going back home, and right away I was on the airport actually this morning. Let me assure you, if they say it is 23 kilos, it is 23 kilos. Why do you want to suffer yourself? And we have Agnes here who has done everything. There's so many people shipping things here, and all where you can get them is AGGY'S Afro Bazaar here in Stuttgart City. Don't say we never told you. Don't say we never showed you. Don't tell me we never told you. The number is +49172 768 5026. If I was quick on that, just check it actually on AGGY'S Afro Bazaar. That was really quick. But AGGY is on Facebook, is AGGY is on Instagram, Agnes K. Frolish. Remember, AGGY'S Afro Bazaar is actually on Facebook. Go there, you can find it. Or Google actually. AGGY'S Afro. There's a girlfriend of mine. I always insist. There's a very small girlfriend of mine there. I don't know why people fear her. There's a small girlfriend of that. She speaks the same language all over. So if you Google AGGY'S Afro Bazaar, she will tell you on 100 miles, turn left and turn right. You are at AGGY'S Afro Bazaar in Nellingham. Thank you so much.
And you're welcome, Dumba Boy Sim. Hi guys, just in the house at Nimewa Miss AGGY. Happy Girlfriend's Day. Happy Girlfriend's Day. Oh, I feel
did you know this?
You didn't. Don't talk loud now.
TP is the wrong person to ask.
Thank you, and you're welcome in the house. You're having fun here. Let us look for the roots before there is war in the house. Let's look for the roots.
Oh my!
Have you called your former girlfriend?
I have not called my former girlfriend, but because I didn't know. Let me take this opportunity. Who reminded us? Who reminded us of this?
This one is Dumba Boy.
Dumba, thank you so much, because I'm very sure this evening there was to be a cold war. They always call it a cold war. It was to be a cold war this evening, calling someone and he's like, why are you calling me at this moment? Okay.
No, you called me and you haven't said anything. You just want to have a normal conversation.
Yes, but let me just be specific. And now let me just bring it here on radio. Happy Girlfriend's Day. To the former, to the current, to the future. Not for me, but for those people out there.
It's interesting.
This is very all-inclusive.
I'm trying to represent the boy child. Like now, TP said is the wrong person to ask. So for the future, happy Girls' Day.
And you know what? I say former because if you're married to someone, she's your wife, but she was your former girlfriend.
That's the safe way of going. You guys are clever,
we are always clever. You know, boys are for boys out there. That's how we get out of trouble. Thank you, Dumba Boy, for reminding us.
Your wife.
And Agnes, we take this opportunity. To actually to flamboyantly tell you that happy.
No, I'm listening.
Was that an English word?
No. Your words are gargantuan. Carry on.
I just brought this Fantamagogiously out. Happy Girlfriend's Day. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Girlfriend's Day.
Happy Girlfriend's Day.
I'm honored.
We are honored that you are actually hosting us today on this day of yours. I think you have water there, so we can just toast for it before the owners see the label. This is how you advertise with us. So for the vol kick, we are singing you.
Listen.
And the NATO, we want your advertising. These supermarkets that are around here, we are coming for you.
I was considering removing the label. Then I remembered if I remove the label, when I go and I cannot get my 50 cents back. Money is more.
This is something very important. Saving money is important. Now coming back to the topic, we're talking about going back to our roots. And we've been discussing now which roots do we mean. Because most of us, when you talk about going back to the roots, even me, when I came, I thought about coming back to that means going back to Meru. That's the place I come from. The village is called Nkumari. Can you pronounce that?
Nkumari.
And the village is called Kidare.
Kinari.
Kidare.
Kidare.
So and that for me, when I talk about that, I remember the language. I think of those nice foods we eat there and all that. But sometimes it's not just about the place.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just about changing my character.
Yeah.
That could be my roots, which I have left. Maybe
Sure.
I had when I went into diaspora, I was having a certain lifestyle. I was having certain goals. I was having certain dreams. I was maybe hoping for something more special, and it didn't work. And then I find myself now in a position I'm rootless. I'm orientierungslos, like the Germans will say. I have no orientation. I have no direction. I am completely confused. I'm like a tree which is uprooted.
Yeah.
And now you have to find a place where you need to go.
Sure.
As roots. What do you guys say about that? Because this is something. Let me tell you, going back to going there for the first time to this park, Rosenstein Park. It taught me a lot of things. Now,
so this is a park here in Stuttgart. It taught you a lot of things now, if I have to come to the topic actually, because we are trying to look where do we have to start this topic from, coming back to the roots. And if you're listening to us, just give us on the comments
and we
there.
Don't have the whole day.
Where are we going? Where are we going to the roots? But
yeah.
now that we are in diaspora, we are in Stuttgart city. Most of you may now be thinking going back home. Yeah. So I'm gonna give a very live example. That's something that happened to myself.
Okay.
I went to Dubai some years back.
Okay.
Money.
Yeah. So I understand people going to Europe, people going to Gulf, people going to other countries out there to look for greener pastures.
Yeah.
So, but going back to the roots for me, it taught me a lesson when I was in Qatar actually, and I was there working, but the environment was not my thing. I'm not saying it's not working for everybody. There's some people who are there, there's some friends who are there, but I always say this: it cannot work for everybody. That country you are expecting to going, it cannot work for everybody. So meaning, it was not my country to stay.
Yeah.
So what I remembered actually, it's my roots. Because I was not to transfer myself from Qatar to Dubai, because it is the same rules, it's the same life, it's the same environment. So what I always remembered is going back to my roots. Let me go back home and start it over again. So when you realize you are in a particular place, you have settled in a particular place, and you realize it's not working.
It's not working.
Always go back to the roots.
Yeah.
I'm very sure if a man grows to 90 and has his own her mother alive, I'm very sure one time when someone kicks you off, the first thing you will just cry is mama. Because you remember your mama is the one you were telling since you were 1 month old. When somebody beats you, you run to your mama. There's no person who has ever run to daddy. It's very
there's
some.
Cause I tell you one thing, in Ghana we have a saying called Ajay. When something hits you, you say Ajay. Ajay in trees, your dad.
It's your dad.
Really?
Okay, then it depends. But I'm very sure most of the Kenyans, wherever they listen, it's mama always. Even if you are 90, you will say, oh mama. But I'm trying to tell you, if this thing is not working on that particular place you are, go back home. I came back. I did not come direct from Qatar to Europe. I went back home. I went and started afresh. And I'm very sure, and I'm going to tell you this for free, I started really afresh. Because I went there and then there was this kind, you have nothing, you have come home, nothing. That's something I'm gonna discuss here, maybe going. That's why we are not going back to our roots again. Because you fear what are people going to say.
Exactly.
You have been living in diaspora, you have been living in Dubai, and
what
you're
are you
coming back
bringing
home.
Back with you?
But I'm gonna attack to those people who are trying to tell us what have you bring back, because you are the persons who are making those people in diaspora not to come back to their roots. You are eating the man they are sending you.
No. Listen to me.
I'm gonna give you a chance to.
Kwako is burning.
Kwako is burning, I'm very sure.
No.
But
peace in the house.
But going back to those roots, if you feel Dubai is not your thing, if you feel Saudi Arabia, if you feel Germany is not your thing, go back to your roots. Go start fast. You will gonna come. I can say now I can't regret that by going back to my roots, because I went back to Kenya and then started it afresh, and then I came here. I will not regret going back home, because it taught me something. It took me a year or two to think and rethink on what I need actually for the future. Right now I'm here. I'm not comfortable. I'm not that 100% comfortable, because I always remember my roots. I remember myself
your
when
roots
I
and they're more
go, when I go
comfortable
for a
you.
week or something like that at home, I really feel that my life has just begun again. When I come back to diaspora, it reminds me that I'm back here fresh again, like I never came before. Because I go back home, then I open ears, and I realize when you are somewhere glued to a particular place for a long period of time, you just think on that box. You never think out of the box. Go back home, refresh your mind, and come back. TP.
Let me before you talk. I want to read the point from Chris King's Eyes.
Yes.
He says, "Great topic, folks. While it's important to remember where one is from, once you have Africa or you leave Africa, a lot of people back home don't see you as one of them anymore when you go back." So you can say your point and then you can
I have
add
2
to
points.
that.
Hopefully I remember them both.
Yeah.
Well, Kenita, for what you said when you go home you feel refreshed and come back
Yes.
here then. You have this. Are you really happy here then? If you go home and feel refreshed, then you come here, you like give you a spark of energy. Are you really happy here then?
I'm happy
That's
in one
a
way or
question.
another.
That's another question.
Okay, it's a question. It's a very hard question to answer
Yeah.
because I always try to consider or to value or to gauge at this particular moment. When I go home, there is like now I'm employed here. When I go home, there is these things I'm not going to get back at home, which I'm getting here currently right now. But when I go home and see how things are developing, I open my mind up because I am here stuck whereby I know it's work back home, calling back home, and such kind of things. But when I go home, I realize they have a very different kind of work. Even the time schedules are very different according to what we have here. So that's why I say I go home, I feel sometimes I've refreshed myself, I've refreshed my memory, I've refreshed my computer to start. When I come here again, I know now there's some things and this I have to do. I meet my parents, of course, and they refresh me again to tell me here I'm with some friends, but that advice that I can get from my mother, from my father, sometimes I miss it for a certain period of month that I'm here.
Away from home.
But I'm happy that I'm here because there's some things that I'm getting here which I can't get back home. Yes, but when I go back home, then sometimes when I come back, I really feel refreshed again. Yeah. Yes.
My thing is we're here for a reason. People are here for a reason. Not. I'm not going to say everybody is. If you were to be, I've asked you this question. If you could choose, similar question. If you could choose happiness or money, what would you choose? And it sounds like you're happy in where you're from, Kenya. But what is keeping you? What's bringing you here is potentially money. I don't know. It's potentially money.
Not because you love this place.
Not because you love this place.
Yeah.
First of all,
and you know it's toxic for you, but still you stay.
But you stay
because the advantages are more than the disadvantages.
It's like a bad relationship.
It's a bad relationship. But in a bad relationship, you go.
You go.
If a relationship is toxic, you go.
Then if you are unhappy here, why are we still here?
Because we love money maybe more than our being healthy.
Being here is being toxic. You're being toxic.
It is a very, very sad situation, but we do that. Especially we Africans. We are very good at that. We say we are hustlers, we are this and that. Some people will go through hell just to get that 1,000 euros a month.
Okay.
And then you are look at the things happening in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia.
All for the sake of money.
So many cases people are going back in caskets, killed by their masters, and they're not even
bosses.
being paid a lot.
Yeah.
They are being paid 25k
a month.
That is like 250 euros,
Yeah.
and you lose your life because back home you're not getting that money.
Yeah.
This is so sad. It's like, why are my roots so bad that I don't want to be there? I want to be in a toxic situation.
You see,
why is it like that? Don't we love ourselves
that's
enough?
a good point because we're talking about roots as well.
Yeah.
But also, there was a point. The second point was King's Eyes said. So Chris King's Eyes, I think he raised a point about when you leave the country, people will see you more valuable.
Yeah.
And I think Kenida, you said another point as well. What I think it is. Yes, yes, you will have pressure from people out from where you grew up. But that's on you. You can easily say no to them. I know it's easy for me to say because I didn't grow up there. But you can easily say no to them. And I think your roots actually is from within. if you're secure within yourself, and if you know within yourself what you can do without exhausting yourself, or if you're really happy about where you are and what you're doing, you wouldn't worry about anything. You wouldn't worry about having to help this person out, or it wouldn't be so much of a chore. You wouldn't work so hard out here to go and provide for people. No, you would, but that wouldn't feel like it's a negative thing. So going back to your roots, these are things that are in our roots. You know, it's helping the people back at home, even if it means we're exhausted.
Yes, yeah.
Sure.
It means coming out here, showing that we're thriving, then going back there. Are these really the things that we want to go back to? Or I really want to go back to this.
That's the issue.
That's
a big question.
But let me tell you, there's something we cannot get out of our people back home. It's difficult. It's actually the way you say it. It depends on you oneself, or accept this and move on.
Yes.
Because there's something I can't change them. There's something I can't change them, that I can't tell them that here we are still struggling, that they are struggling back home. We are only doing our best. I can't change them to not say that he has been in Europe, he has been in diaspora, he has been in Dubai, and he has come out with nothing. I can't. The only thing you can,
but it's on you.
Yeah, that's why. How can the question remains here, TP? How can we help those people who are not accepting, who want to accept themselves and say no? I really need to stand on my own and say, wherever you may be speaking about, whenever you might be thinking that when I come home I don't have anything, you have to, because I only say, you are family. If they accept you as you are, whenever you come from here, Europe, you go back home, and they accept you the way you are. You go home. Whenever anybody outside there speaks, that's none of your business. But that's what people actually are not understanding. And I don't know how we can make those people who are feeling that same thing to understand themselves.
My problem with that is we're looking to other people to affirm us. We're looking to other people to say, okay, what you're doing is great, or what you've gone out to do is great.
Is that not part of our roots? You want to be,
Yeah, it's part of our roots. But this is the thing where, like, in the end of the day, right? Just like with jobs, just like with anybody else, people can leave you, and when you're there, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. The people that you're helping may not be there to bring you up, lift you up again. So what do you do? I think where I'm in life at the moment now is, if I'm not happy within myself, I can't pour from an empty cup.
No.
Yeah.
So
you deal with it.
I can't. There's people who see what I do for my profession and believe that I should be doing more. Maybe I don't know. I haven't spoken to them because I like peace, so people don't bother me.
You don't ask around what others are thinking or whatever.
To be honest, where I'm now, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
People may think, oh yeah, he should come back, be doing this, be doing that, but that's not my dream. That's your dream for me. It's not my dream.
Yeah, you have your own life to live.
I have my own life to live.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm going to be selfish. What I'm saying is that at the moment, what makes me happy is not doing what you want me to do. I mean, maybe I will do that, but I'll do it in my own time when I am happy and I'm ready to do that. The problem we have is definitely there's pressures from, we feel there's pressures from people, but we haven't actually asked them. We haven't asked people in Africa, if I come back home with nothing, what would you say?
But you know what they're going to say.
But nobody's actually said it to us.
No, but you know how they're going. They're going to do it automatically, whether you know it or not, ahead of time. You know they will talk about it.
Okay, but why is that a problem for us?
I mean, for me, I don't care, but it is there.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's a problem.
I have a different mindset because I can see.
You grew up in UK, that's why it's not such a big issue for you.
It's trying to ask and understand. I love what he's saying, and I love the way he's going about it, because there's so many people who don't think about it, and there's so many people who are being disturbed, who have never gone through it, but they are only disturbed because they heard of it. Okay, but there's those who are actually experiencing it. I can say this truly because when I came back from Qatar, I experienced the same thing. But to me, I can say it made me grow, because my dad, my mom, my sisters, my whatevers, they did accept me because they knew what I was going through. Because let me say, I was in Qatar, I wanted to learn. You're not given that opportunity to learn. Those people work 12 hours a day.
It's
Most
crazy.
of them work to 24 hours a day.
I have friends there. I know it's crazy.
Yeah. So when you feel this is not my thing, I wanted to learn more further. And you don't repeat. That's why I'm saying go back to your roots. But for those people who are right now experiencing such kind of thing, not all of them. We have two people here. We have those who are experiencing the same thing, who are told directly. We have those people who hear that when I go back home and I don't have nothing, they always hear. They have nobody has ever talked to them. Nobody has ever called them directly and said, if you come here and you don't have anything.
It's just the assumption.
It's had an assumption. Something is ringing on them.
This is the assumption.
But that's why I'm saying, what can we do to help these people who are actually thinking when you go back home?
We've got to do nothing to them. We just in ourselves got to forget about all that noise. Forget about all of that.
Sure.
Why do we care what people think?
Yeah, because actually you're the only one who has to care about your bills, your life, whatever. When you go back, they can only talk.
The same people that you're helping, are they helping you? Are they helping themselves?
That's the issue. That's another
King Size is saying something there.
King Size is saying it's easier said than done.
That's true.
Moreover, you have to be self-conscious enough to withstand the pressure of the place you originated from. And that's why a lot of people put up with all sorts of things, even if it means losing their lives. Oh wow. This is so sad. This is oh God. But what is more worse, to die or to that people are talking? Because what people are talking is not touching my skin. Is not giving me food or taking away food from my plate. And this is why we have to talk about this, because I've seen so many people suffering, even here in Europe. I mean, like I said, going to the park yesterday, I was asking myself, why are people so addicted to some toxic stuff just to blend off, to remove all these things?
Because they're not happy with themselves.
Because they're not happy. But then why do I have to drown it with all these things? Whatever. Why not go home, even if I lost a job, or maybe I never got papers, or maybe I don't know, whatever reasons, or I divorced and I became poor, or whatever. Why can I not? Why do I have to lose my life? Actually, because when you become addicted to something, is a way of losing your life.
Sure.
Because you're not able to live normal anymore. You're and I know it's not easy. It's easy to say I will go there, I don't care what they say. It's easy to say than to do it. To go there and bear that stigma. For some of us, it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy. You have to build up a lot of resilience.
Yeah.
And you have to play ignorant. But believe it or not, the people that were helping, they're very smart.
Yeah.
They know exactly that when this person comes, they're gonna they come and do this and that for me. I can be around them, they'll take me out, ask them for money, they'll send me money via transfer wise or any of that.
Very clever.
Talking of these transfers, actually, we really need them here. We really need them this wise transfer, so that we can just tell you which one is which.
I'm telling you.
So the money transfers are the wise transfer, Remitry, there's those kind of transfers, sending money back home. Remember, we can do a very nice advertisement for you and take some people to a holiday home here, I'm telling you. Aggie, I can see we are supposed to take people to Jab's holiday homes.
We are supposed to take them to Jab's holiday homes. This is situated in Mtwapa, Mombasa. Very nice place, very beautiful. Actually, Mtwapa, I found it very nice. Even whatever it is, there's a lot of things going up there. But you can also have a place to stay with Jab's holiday homes, either in Mtwapa or in Nairobi. And you can call them if you decide now I want to go there and have some time. It's on 254-791-606-9112. You can go there and enjoy yourself alone or even with friends or family.
All right.
Or just if you want to remove those toxic vibes.
Remove the toxic vibes. I'm telling you, go to Jab's holiday homes, as Aggie said before. The number is actually on our screens. If you're watching us and if you're listening to us, I'm very sure you got the number from wherever you may be listening to us. Jab's holiday homes, they're very affordable if you're traveling to East Africa. If you have never gone back to your roots, go back to Jab's holidays home, because they're gonna help you do something. Start there, because you're gonna have the feeling that you really need this summer. They have a very nice swimming pool out there, the Wi-Fi. You can have your birthday, but take those people who are trying to stress you back at home to Jab's holiday homes, because it's a very nice place. They'll stop.
In that case, I think if you take them there, even the little money you had, you have to use, and then they will think you have to give them even more.
But that's why now Jab's holiday homes is very affordable.
Good. I mean, if you can afford it, even start start on your own.
Yes.
But it's a very good place where you can go. Holiday homes are always nice.
Yeah,
Sure.
I love holiday homes because I'm not a hotel person. I don't like where people tell me
But
at 8 is breakfast.
It's more than
and
a
all
hotel.
that.
It's more than a hotel. Just
It's
holiday
nice.
homes,
Huh?
yeah,
It's
because
nice.
you
Holiday
have
homes are always nice.
It's actually you have your own compound actually there. You
Nice,
have some 1
beautiful.
bedroom to 2 bedroom. You have a very big
Wow.
family. There's a swimming pool outside there.
Let's go there
it's
together.
It's a gated actually compound.
Radio
You
R.
can. Even this team, I'm very sure Radio R team, we
Take
might
us
be
there.
planning to go to Mombasa.
Wow. I'm for
yes, yes. But
If-
for now,
if you pay.
yes, I can. Jabs Holiday Homes can sponsor us.
Yes.
Because
Nice.
they can
nice.
give us some because it's can be affordable. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so nice
So
bed in
just
town.
check
So
it.
it's
Check Jab's Holiday Homes.
Yes.
And I'm sure you'll be nicely surprised.
I'm telling you.
Nicely surprised. You know, there was something else also I was thinking for those who have their cars back home. This Phoenix Capital Limited.
Yes.
If you have a nice Pajero or whatever it is, what is the trendy cars these days in Kenya? You can just
Land
give them
Cruiser.
I don't know,
Land
Land
Cruiser.
Cruiser or whatever.
Yes.
Then there was this Audi V8 or something like
Yeah,
that.
we have even the Subaru
big-
boys.
Whatever it is, whatever car you have and you need some money
Genau.
because you have another investment to do or another business idea and you don't have that cash right there, go to Phoenix Capital Limited Kenya. They will give you money within 2 hours. You
Within
say
2
that?
hours, actually, you
My
don't have to have a
goodness,
bank
that is
account.
very
You don't
fast,
have to
huh?
define yourself. And
No.
everything. All you need is your car and your logbook. Actually, very easy.
Yes.
You give them your logbook, they can see the value of your car. All they need to see, if you have a Land Cruiser and it goes for 2.5 million, I'm very sure you have over some millions from Phoenix Capital. You pay them slowly. That's the best thing about Phoenix Capital.
This is cool,
Yeah, you pay
really.
them monthly. You don't have to go and pay with so much interest and discuss so many things out there. Start a business for those people who are worrying themselves. What am I going to do back home? Going back to the roots. I'm telling you, Phoenix can actually assist you. Nobody will
Yes.
ever come and ask you where did you get all this
Exactly,
money. Prove those people out there around.
exactly.
You have a car right now. You are here in diaspora. Your car is waiting for you for the second for after 6 months when you go and visit your people home. Take it to Phoenix. It will be standing at wherever it is standing, at your colleagues out there, at your family back home, and it's making money. You are trying to build money. You are trying to take the kids back at home at school. You are
Wow.
doing some businesses out there for your mother. And let me tell you, open a business for your mother, not for your friends out there. You might be going back home crying, but let me tell
Yeah,
you,
the fare will be eaten.
Phoenix Capital can
Is the best
unlock
place,
your
yeah.
potential. That's
Yes.
all they are for. Remember to contact them in East Africa. Imagine if you are in London, not in London, I'm very sure. If you are in London and you have a car back at home, you come all the way from East Africa. We're talking about the countries that are in
That's
East
your
Africa.
capital, actually.
That's a very
Sitting
nice
there.
capital. Sitting there, I'm telling you. Contact
Use it.
them. Contact them. The numbers are on your screens actually, or you can just see them on Phoenix Capital Limited at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go to phonixcapital.com. You're gonna find their website out there. There's so many things that they can offer you. Go back to the roots. Invest back at your roots. Back at
Go
home.
back to the roots and invest there. Let your life have a meaning. Prepare yourself. Actually, going back to the roots means you must be ready as well.
Sure.
I think it also means taking care of yourself in so many ways. And I think we should talk about that. Guys, we are talking about going back to the roots, whichever roots or that place that used to do you well and you left it and now you are really disoriented. You don't know what is what and you're suffering and you are, for some reasons that we discussed, you are not yet to that direction of going back home. So try to find out what is good for you and get going. Don't wait too long until it's maybe making you suffer.
Sure.
If you don't know how, just ask people. I mean, there are people who have done it before.
Yeah.
There are people who are in the process of doing it. Ask. You don't need to be so desperate that you turn into wrong methods to try to help you forget your pain. You know, like I have seen so many people suffering. I don't know.
Do you know what? I think some of your pain, no, a lot of pain, comes through your life experience. It may even be how you grew up and how you were brought up,
Yeah.
or what you've seen. So even your roots could bring pain.
Of
Your
course.
roots could have led you to what you're doing now,
Sure.
because the drink or even little things can be what we call a coping mechanism, a way of blocking out
Yeah.
those problems, so you're not
Yeah.
necessarily dealing with them. But I'd say, yeah, look from within first.
Yeah.
It's going to be a journey, and it's a
It is
journey
a
worth
journey.
going through. Looking through within, then you can really be at peace with yourself and really
Yeah.
be at peace. Then when someone says, "Oh, bring something back for me," I'm sorry, I can't do it. You won't
Oh
feel
yeah, that
no pressure.
openness.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
openness.
goodness.
They never understand this.
No, we
Let me
have,
give a free advice to those people who are in diaspora right now.
Yeah.
Whenever you come from, if you come from Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa,
Anywhere.
wherever, let me tell you, your friends back home are working as you're working, and there are some who are earning more than you do.
Exactly.
Actually, there are some who are earning more than you do. So don't stress yourself. What are my friends going to stay back at home? When you go back home, you're not a banker. No. You have some things to do and invest back at home. Do something very small. I've not done that much that I'm trying to tell people out there. But maybe my advice, you can just take it or leave it. But let me tell you, invest something back at home, because when you go there, don't go there and get stranded. We have so many people actually here who don't go back to their roots because
They don't, because
they
they're
have
ashamed.
done nothing.
Yeah.
And to my friends in diaspora, if you really came here and you settled, don't settle. Work hard, because people lose it. You come here, you are very strong and
You are
encouraging man.
working hard.
You are working very hard. You come and meet some trees here, some branches here who you never knew from. That's why we're saying go back to your roots and refresh yourself and come back again. So if you come here and meet some branches who will tell you now it's a vibe every weekend, it's a vibe, we start and that, and then you feel into it. You start drinking, you start being that, and at the end of the day,
You realize,
oops. Yes, I cannot go back home. This continue being whatever you aim to come here and do something. Do it more. Do it every day you sleep. Think more of something else. Refresh yourself actually. Meet friends, and if you see some friends, let me tell you, going back to these roots, it's only one thing here. It doesn't mean that go back to Africa.
Exactly.
Going back to the roots is you had a friend who was helping you so much, who you were sharing some things and you were seeing you two moving. But now you have realized you are in a very in a close to friendship whereby you're doing nothing. Okay? Go back to the roots. Go back to that kind of friend that who was advising you to do something better in your life. Leave this kind of friends that we are there with for 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months, and you're doing nothing with them. Leave them. Go back to the roots. Go back to that one friend. You don't have to have a multitude of people around you and they're doing nothing. And there's one person you left who was doing something for you. Go back to him, my brother and my sister and my wherever you may be listening to us. Because it doesn't add up to that. That's why most of the people are being depressed here in diaspora. You're thinking, you're having that notion that TP was talking about here. Why are you being stressed of yourself that if I go back home, my society will not accept me? That's a notion. And you're creating it yourself. So the people, I am very, even sometimes when they talk about it, they encourage you to do something else here in diaspora, okay? To make sure that you work hard. They are trying to teach you something. You don't have to take it negatively sometimes, but they are trying to encourage you. But now, if you are a drunkard from Monday to Saturday, you have done 26 jobs since you came here in diaspora. What else do you want, my brother?
It's so difficult. I mean, we understand sometimes it's difficult.
That's why they are suffering inside, because those people are speaking because they know who you are. They know you are a drunkard 24/7. They know you are someone who don't do that and that and that. Hey, please try to get out of that situation and be make you cannot allow so many people to decide for you.
Please, and this is also very dangerous, especially if you have toxic relationships with friends or company that you keep. You know, people will tell you, you buy your bottle of, I don't know who, JD, whatever they call them, and then let's meet every weekend or whatever. And they're not people who will say let's meet and invest and do something. They are not people who will ask you what are your dreams, what are you doing back home in your roots. What are you doing even for your life? What are you doing which is moving you forward? If you have a friend who is always only wanting fun with you and is not asking where are you getting your money from, if at all you have even the money or not, and every time it's only good time when you're drinking together, then you better start.
Then you better go back to your roots.
That friendship.
Even so there's so many points that I want to touch on. So the first one is you definitely have to be wary of the people around you, because your environment affects who you are and your mindset. And if somebody is saying to you, what are we doing next weekend, but they're not contributing to your life or not contributing to what you're doing of the weekend, that is a red flag. That person is not there
Just
for you.
Disappear.
They're there for your money and there for the good time. Be careful.
And most of the people, most of the people who are taking all this stuff, it's not the cheap stuff.
Not.
If they're already hanging on it, it's mostly not the cheap. It's be it alcohol or be it drugs or whatever. It's not cheap. Even going to club, count all the money you give out.
I'm telling you.
For every time you go out, how much money? Just count.
Yeah, just count.
But someone said even as you try to stop smoking, you should. Some people are helped when you just have a tin and you put for every day the money you buy the cigarettes for, you put in that tin instead, and then at the end they were surprised how much money they had saved.
Yeah, sure.
And it's the same case with whatever toxic behaviors we have from our friends, learned from our friends, or you have friends who are encouraging you to do that. Just try one time, just stay dry and think, and count that money you are spending there. This is like going back to your roots. You started well, and maybe in the middle you got someone who misled you.
Sure.
You know, then go back to the place you began and start reminding yourself what goals you had.
Yeah, strip yourself
what
back.
You are planning.
Definitely
Just
reflect.
reflect. We need that.
I understand we come from different backgrounds, and there's some things that force us to leave our roots to go to for a greener pasture. Okay, I understand that, and if you find for those people actually who are thriving, I'm not saying they're all, but there's some people who are really hustling out there, who are really on another man's land, and they're doing well for themselves, and they're saving a lot, and they're doing this for the people, for their families back at home. Consider that an effort. Respect that person who is trying to do that, because most of the people in diaspora, we are not experiencing the same thing. It's not just every time that some people we miss lunch. Some people we miss supper because we are trying to work. We come late home. We sleep at hours that are not even supposed to be. I was talking to a friend and he was telling me the kind of work that we people are doing here in diaspora, including me. I cannot go back at home and do it. I can't.
But why is that?
Most people fear the people that are surrounding, because they know they are very far from home, and that's the notion that we are having. That's why when you come here actually to diaspora, you realize one thing: work is work. It all depends. It doesn't matter where you work. But when you go home and you try to now, my friend was telling me I cannot go home. Lena, I can tell you for free. How many people sweep? How many people have that time? But when they want to go home, they can't do that. I understand.
But they're too proud.
They're too proud.
Again, why do you care about what someone else thinks?
That is it. That is it. Stop thinking about what everybody's going to say back at home, because that's what I'm telling you. I came here for the first time. One thing I was asking myself when I came here, I was on a train station going to work, and I met the people, the Mala, how do you call them?
The painters.
The painters, you know, the painters here in Germany, they wear their overalls. They are dirty as the painters that they work there, and they are seated early in the morning at 7 a.m. or 6. They are going to work. Same. They are going to work. Okay. I was imagining back at home in Kenya, somebody is going to. You can't. You can't. They can't do that. I don't know why.
You have to change your clothes. Right?
Yeah, they change their clothes.
Even if in the public toilet.
Their overalls are at work. That's why sometimes
you never know they do.
You never know their work. And I was like, why does? I came to realize
it's our mentality.
Yeah, it's a mentality that is built on us. Whatever it's
and that is killing us.
It's killing us. It's killing really us that now when you step back at home.
Driving to this toxic way of life.
You know what I'm saying? We're getting there. We're getting there.
You are killing yourself for something that you are not even supposed to worry about. These guys enjoy their life. You are in work is work. They are wearing their overalls to work. They are wearing their overalls in the evening. You are at your suit. You are advantaged to work in office. You are wearing your suit. Well and good. That is his suit. Back at home, you find you are in a very nice suit going to work. Their overalls are actually at work. They never expose their kind of work they're doing. How many sweepers do we have here and they're making it better? And I know more of those people, most of the people sweeping actually here who are doing it better than people who are working here in the office. Because it's a mindset. You set your high standards which are actually not there. And now going back to the roots becomes a problem.
Going back to the roots becomes because you don't want even people to know how you really live,
that is it.
How you're struggling, how you're going through this and that to make it in life. You know, it's really amazing how we really pull ourselves down. Huh? It's actually sad. It's not just amazing. It's just sad. And Anne Pöttler from Austria, I want to welcome you. Thank you for watching. Lisa Hairhouse, also welcome and thank you for watching. Chris King's Eyes, you've really given us some things to chew on.
I feel like some of the stuff I'm saying,
so
Chris Eyes is like, it's great, but in reality, but you can do it. You can easily do it.
You can do it.
When you have freedom mentally, the amount of the weight that's just lifted off your shoulders where you can just tell somebody,
But let me tell you, you have an advantage there. Let me tell you,
I'm
a very rebellious person. Normally, I am actually a silent criminal. So
That's good. That's good. I like this. Good.
Yeah, but still, I find myself also thinking, what will they say? You know what? It's actually not. But it's our African upbringing. What will our neighbors say, our relatives, when you don't finish school, when you don't do this? You get most beatings or many insults in the family because of what the community will say.
Sure.
So it's in us, in somehow. Whether you want to live actually your life, you want to focus on yourself, but the community is still behind you. All this teaching also holds us captive.
I don't think it's just our
and
community.
this is very funny.
Sorry to cut you. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you can. It's your. It's your
I was gonna say, like,
idea.
it's not just even just our African community that is like that. The here in the diaspora, the internet, there's always what someone's image of what success is or what we should aspire to. And I think that when we put that in our minds, it's not what we want to do. So we're working to achieve someone else's goal, and we keep working, and actually sometimes that success is a moving goalpost. So like maybe someone might see what Kanye West is doing, and this guy he was a singer. I want to be a singer like him. Now he's gone into fashion. Oh no, I'm going to fashion. And that thing is that doesn't help us at all.
No.
And even with like going back to your roots, the question again I have to you, what is our roots?
What is our roots? I think we need to find out. Each one of us has to find out what is that place where I'm safe.
Yeah.
Psychologically, physically. Because that is also important. I mean, I'm looking. There are so many cases, not just in Dubai or wherever in these Arabic countries, because it's the main outcry right now in Kenya. Girls are suffering, being beaten by their bosses, and some are really suffering. There is rape. There is the worst of crime done on our people, and they don't have the courage to go back home to their roots. Let's say, I mean, for them it would be the safe haven for them, even with less money. But even here we have that sometimes people will not get good jobs, and then they will end up doing some stupid things to get, and then you end up in jail because maybe you thought if I sell
this and that
for a short time, it's only short time, I get some big money and then I can stop, and then you are caught, and then you're in trouble. You lose your, sometimes it's better to just make a step backward than to run into your unheil. What is your distraction?
You know what? You're so interesting, because I only just learned now about how the refugee system here in Germany works. About you can be in this country and they're aware you're in this country, but you're not allowed to work.
Which is so sad.
Status. And this leads people, what I've heard, it leads people to doing things that are illegal.
And things they would never have done at home.
Things they've never done. And this, again, we've spoken about this a lot. This is what we need to highlight to people. You can actually live a better life at home. You don't understand how people are suffering here. They're looking over their backs, and because of what they're known for doing, the police are looking at them even more. And you're always looking over your shoulder. Someone sees you, like you said, Kenny, with a rucksack on your back. Then straight away they're thinking.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure for the people. But again, I say it's better really to go home and you have your dignity than to, as long as you are alive, as long as you are healthy, better go then than to stay here and suffer. And suffer, and then sometimes you lose even your mind. Some people have gotten crazy because they cannot imagine going back to the roots. They cannot imagine going back home because they have not earned the big money they were dreaming about. They have not maybe married the white person they wanted to marry, or maybe they have not achieved the goals they wanted to achieve, and then they end up suffering even more. And some people even they will do some stupid things and lose even more years than they would have wasted back home trying to achieve on their own. So in this case, the roots, it would be the location, where you started. In this case,
because where we are in the Western world has been glamorized. It's definitely been glamorized, so it's been packaged in a way where it actually looks like somewhere you aspire to be, or somewhere you should be. But I think that if we were to if we were to make where we're from look a bit more attractive or do more there, people are less likely to leave. This is when I think when you asked me the question before we started, in my head it was that let's go back to our roots. Our roots need to evolve to what works for us. Not necessarily what works in the Western world, but what works for us in Africa. You know, if it's like we people are more make more industries where we are so people can work. If it's improve our healthcare service or whatever, let's evolve that. Or even if it's holistic medicine, you know, let's evolve that. You know, let's be more Pan-African. Be a lot more Pan-African. You know, it
would be a big benefit for our continent, actually.
Yes.
And it would reduce the amount of people leaving our countries.
Exactly.
Sometimes I tend to think we are the solution to our countries.
Of course.
We are.
Yeah.
Instead, we are running away.
But we can't rely on the governments all the time.
We cannot, but sometimes, we cannot. Actually, it's not wise to rely on the government all the time.
Even here, we're not relying on the government.
No, even here, you're hustling, you're looking for... why can we not do that in our own places? Tell me.
I know it's
why don't we do that?
I know it's easy to say, and sometimes the way governments are set up, if you're not... if you're not like in with the government, it's harder to get some contracts and this and that, but... just try something. You don't. It doesn't even need to be something big.
No. It's something small.
You can start with a shop. You can start with a service. You know, understand what your country needs and work from there. And as soon as you start, you never know the opportunities that will come from there.
Sure.
Even if it's building a house and people come and live there, there's so many people that want to live somewhere. Let's start something. So, we got let's rebuild Africa.
We go back and build Africa.
Let's go back and rebuild Africa.
Remember guys, you're listening to Radio RFM, Europe's #1 African station for Afronews, Afrobeats and the world hits, updates, happenings in African countries, interviews and experiences of Africans and their friends living in Europe and all over the world. And you're welcome. Actually, we have several programs you can enjoy anytime or different days.
Like
including the Kingdom Show coming soon, and of course AGGY'S live talk show.
Of course,
we will not forget that. No, of course not.
And we have every Tuesday, actually the Celebrity Tuesday. We may be having different artists that are actually here in diaspora who came all the way from Africa. They never forget their roots. Actually, still they are representing their countries here in diaspora. Great. That means also going back to the roots, and we always bring them here every Tuesday evening. Remember, for the Celebrity Tuesday, so that you can hear what are the artists who are currently living here in diaspora doing from different countries. We have heard from Tanzania, we have heard from Nigeria, we have heard so many. King's Eyes, if you're listening to us, you're gonna be here very soon. We're gonna have Anthony Locks is coming actually very soon here.
Wow.
Yes, you see, now we want to bring the artists actually who are out there. Celebrity Tuesday, remember. Yes, and remember, for the African hits and every new hit that you hear out there, you are here in diaspora, you miss back home. I think music brings us together here in diaspora.
Of course,
yes, that's where we are talking about the Kwaku TP show every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And remember the old school hour, courtesy of Kojo Steven. Yes, if you are coming from Ghana, yes, we got your back. The old school hour. Those people are listening to their music in the 1990s. This is the time now we're going to remind you to go back to your roots. You know, really listening such kind of music, it reminds you where we came from. Yes, sometimes we don't only have to debate about this new music that is coming, the generation. We have Amapiano, we have classics that are coming out, but we have some music out there. Like there's some music I always listen, Aggie. When I was young back in Kenya, and I was listening to this kind of music whereby Amuka Kumekucha. Yes, you know that song always when I
back home to my childhood.
That's it.
Happy place.
The song actually TP meant wake up early in the morning. It's dawn.
Wake up.
Yeah, it's time to wake up to go to school. That's what the guy was saying, and that song was being played in the KBC. KBC was the only station that was listened worldwide in Kenya by that time. So when that song right now sings again at this particular moment, if I have it as my waking up tone early in the morning, Amuka Kumekucha, it's early in the morning, wake up. and go to work. It reminds me back to the roots. We always used to wake up to go to school. Now it can always remind. That's why we're talking about the old school music here every Saturday. And remember every Sunday like today. Yes, remember coming up next. The Kingdom Talk Show is actually coming up next. We always have to start the week and close the week with prayer. That's why we have Apostle Linda here and Pastor Edward Ebert, actually from Stuttgart City here. You're going to be joining us up next. And remember, there is always the Mother Soccer Show. The Mother Soccer Show represents those people here who don't want to go back to the roots. We're gonna get you very soon. Yes, and if you came here and you're the kind of person that are misleading your fellow Kenyans, your fellow Ghanaians here, taking them to party every day, the Mother Soccer Show is watching you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, actually. Yes, that's the kind of, that's why we call it the Mother Soccer Show. Don't ever define it the way you want to define it, but if you are out there and you're misleading our fellow Africans, for us, you're a Mother Soccer. Remember to join us every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and every Friday evening. It's coming actually very soon here. There's so many things are coming. Let me tell you, September we have a session whereby we may be teaching refugees. We respect our brothers who are coming from the sea, who are coming in different ways, and they are refugees here. We need to guide them when you come here. What are you supposed to do, so that we avoid having drunkards, we avoid having those people who are thinking on the other side. Remember, we shall be having here someone special who's going to teach you what to do, what step you have to take to avoid problems with the government. You're in another man's land. When you go to Rome, they always say, I don't want to finish the program, but thank you so much. It's Aggy's live talk show.
Ann Pertler, you're saying every morning I used to wake up with that song. Wow. So she's already excited about it. I know that feeling, you know. You wake up in the morning and you're hearing the same. Then to hear it, of course, again, it's very, very special. Guys, we are talking about going back to the roots, and we have had different views from everybody of us. It's been not an easy topic, because actually we don't want to make anyone feel bad, but we want to try to revive our thinking about where we started, why we became who we are, where we are standing right now. Why is Africa not improving? Because we have forgotten our roots, partly because we've forgotten, partly, and some of us we had big dreams. We thought it is somewhere else is better than home. But when you think about it, actually, as people say, home, east, west, home is best.
Home is always best.
It's not. I know Kwaku the problem will start to refute that.
No, home is best.
But the thing is, we are trying to revive our thinking, to try to reflect and look back. Where did I start? How was it where I started? How can I get back to that holistic feeling for me, healthy feeling for me as an African in diaspora, wherever I am, whether you're in Dubai, in Qatar, in America, you're in UK, or you're in Germany, or wherever you are, away from Africa. We want to be healthy again. We want to go back to our roots. Look, what was good for us. What would you like to tell the people, Kwaku, the problem, before we close? And also, Kanida will talk.
Actually, before Kwaku gives us this his sentiments on what we are talking about.
All right.
Yes, I saw Ann Puta saying every morning I used to listen to and wake up to that song. Actually, Marine Commandos, these are the Kenyan Forces Defense. They did this song very nice early in the morning. The song.
Ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa
99.2 FM. This is Radio Ara.
This is Radio Ara.
Home of African music.
Kwenda kazi, vivu ni adui mkubwa wa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo
Yes, that's the song actually we are talking about here. Amuka kumekucha. Wake up early in the morning. I'm very sure it's Anne. You know what you're talking about. That is a song in the Swahili language. These are the Maroon Commandos actually, the Kenyan Defense Forces. They have a very nice band. They did this song very nice. Amuka kumekucha. It's early in the morning. Wake up and go to work. Put such kind of song. They're gonna remind you to wake up wherever you are in diaspora. Wake up early in the morning. Go and do whatever you are supposed to do at the right time. Go back to your roots. Anne is saying, wow, good old days. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for working us. And
thanks, Anne.
Thanks
A lot. And Caroline Atieno, sorry you're coming last minute, but there is Kingdom show coming up next. This one you can join to and enjoy. We have had really a hot topic. You're always welcome, Caroline Atieno. We are always here on AGGY'S live talk show every Sunday from 4 p.m. You're welcome, and Pertla also from Austria. You're welcome to join us, and many others who have joined us. It's been a hot topic, and now you tell us the closing sentiments. You guys, we want to hear what is going back to the
chairman or
the chairman or
the chairman actually has to thank for those people who are listening to us all the way from Austria. We are actually appreciated, and thank you so much for streaming always in. Remember, if you have to hear this, our YouTube channel is actually there open if you miss a show like today. And you can also tell us what we can discuss on the next AGGY'S live talk show. We are always open to that, and we're gonna talk about what's happening here in diaspora, because we are one African. As we are seated here, we are not only coming from Kenya, we are coming from Nigeria. We have friends here coming from Ghana. We have so many people here coming from different countries, and that's why I always call this continent Africa one country, and because we always love one another. So for those people out there who have this toxic mind of them, why am I going back to my roots, or I have never made it in diaspora and all that, the only thing you have to have in mind is only you, and decide it for yourself. I'm going back to my roots where I always feel happy, despite what your neighbor says, despite what everybody else says. And the next thing is accept yourself. Where are you comfortable? Are you comfortable here? No. If you're not comfortable here, go back to where you are. Go back to the roots.
Go get healthy.
Go get healthy. Go do that. Don't ever involve yourself to drugs, to alcohol, as we see.
It will not solve your problems.
It will not solve ever your problems. Accept yourself who you are. Never ever mind what people are saying out there, and be you. Love yourself, man.
Be you. Self-care.
Nobody's going to love yourself and care about for you. Wake up early in the morning. Know your goals. We have different goals in life. Try to focus on your goals. And if you see there's some people who are trying to drive you on the other road, go back to your roots. There is on your friends. I'm very sure your 5 friends out there, you have one friend who is actually telling you the right thing. Stick on him or stick on her. Others just carry on. You will have a very nice future here in diaspora or wherever you may be listening to us from. God loves you, and I'm very sure for those few remarks from me.
Before Kwaku the program.
I might be not right, but take it, and maybe it's gonna help you, or it's gonna help your generation coming in the future. Don't enter into depression for someone actually is not feeding you.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Sharon Wikali Mang, you're saying, oh, I'm late. Today, yes, but you're not yet late because Kingdom Talk Show is coming later. Gadhoni Luiga, we are closing, but you're welcome again next Sunday. I will be there from 4 p.m. and we can also talk. If you have topics that really you would like us to deal with concerning us, people, Africans in diaspora, let us know. And you're welcome. Sharon Wikali Mang, Gadhoni Luiga, you're welcome. And even next Sunday, you're welcome. Kwaku the problem, what do you want to say as goodbye?
Thank you for this topic. This has been a very, very good topic. And the Honourable Kanita Richards, the ambassador, the chairman, the CEO of Radio R, FM, Home of African Music. Well, thank you for your words. I just come to echo what you said. Look within first. Your roots are within. And I'd say, go back to, and what we say as roots is Africa. Go back there, but also we need to help Africa needs to evolve as well. Africa needs to evolve. So if it's within yourself, and if you feel like you have the mental capacity, the physical capacity, help our roots evolve. Make it a place that you would like to be. And keep the people around you that make you happy and that give you peace of mind as well. And if you remember, it's all about what you in yourself can do. If you cannot do it, it doesn't matter. As long as you are happy Trust me. One last thing is we cannot come and kill ourselves.
You can't.
And we don't have to. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to kill ourselves because of wanting to be in diaspora. Guys, thank you so much. Kwaku the Problem, thank you so much for your tips and for all your words. It was really very uplifting. Kanida Richards, thank you also. And everybody else who was part of the show. It's not the end. We are going to be dealing with more topics concerning Africans in diaspora, and it doesn't matter where we are in diaspora. We are Africans, we are all belong together. Chris King's Eyes, you're saying CEO Kanida, keep the fire of knowledge burning, and thank you all, guys. We are so happy to hear from you, King
Thank you
Chris
so much,
King's
King's
Eyes.
I'm going to bring King's Eyes here very soon.
Yeah. And he has beautiful music, really.
Yes.
Keep making music. I said when you need a backup, I'm there. Call me, I'm going to support
Backup singers.
you.
Now we're going to do this here today.
And guys, thank you so much. We're meeting again next Sunday from 4 p.m. On AGGY'S live talk show. Now coming up is Kingdom Talk Show.
Before actually you go, there's one body I want to give
one.
some shout out there.
Right.
Rafiki's Amen from Frankfurt.
Okay,
Those guys always support us a lot. They always share us. They have an event that is coming soon. I pulled up here on Radio R, which is coming actually in September, the Nyama Choma thing. Remember, I'm going to remind the listeners out there one more time. Rafiki's Amen, thank you always for joining us actually out there. I saw you today. I saw you somewhere today. That's why I'm saying I very much appreciation. This is what now we call support or your own action.
Thank you
all
so
the way
much.
From Frankfurt. Rafik is our main. Big up.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. And all the best. Thank you so much. Till next Sunday. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye, I tell you. And I'm going to leave you with this song from King Size, which always says, never ever give up from wherever you may be coming from. King Size is all of our own from here in Stuttgart City. Never give up from wherever you may be listening to us from.
Thank you, and welcome every Sunday. Count me in, she says. Much
Thank you
love.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
But I'm not letting go. I'll never give up on what we have. I'll never give up on what we have. I'll never give up on what we have. I'll never give you up. I'm not that kind of man that walks away so easily. So if you need some time to clear your head, I'll be waiting for you patiently, baby. Cause this time I only have good intention to have you back. Girl, it's the mission. Giving up without the fight is not an option. That's why I'm begging for your absolution. Because I'll never give up on what we have. I'll never give up on what we have.
99.22 FM. This is Radio Ara.
This is Radio Ara.
Home of African music.
I'll never give you up. I wish I knew back then everything that I know.